Alright, changing gears because we have to wait for a part for the General Electric to finish that project. Here we are with the Westinghouse late 50s 3-speed reversible. And what I'd really like to do, I got the Allen key out, and I'd like to pull the blades off to oil this, but they're probably very stuck on there. It's unlikely this is going to move at all. You can get a thing from the HVAC community, hub puller, a wheel puller, that works for these, but I don't know if it would grab on here, and even then it would screw up the paint and everything. I think you kind of have to tap from the back, which means full disassembly anyway. So we're gonna have to figure out a plan for this old girl. She's not too happy the way she is right now, so it's gonna need a lot of work, this one. I'm gonna fool around a little more, see if I can indeed find an oiling port in the front and oil it up a little bit. This is as I found it, and so there you go. This thing has rubber mounts for the grate. There's one here. There's one missing, but it's got this butterfly type clip. Now this might have come with this originally. It might have been both. You might have had this and the butterfly clip. Hard to say, really. Here's your switch box, and then here's the other deal, which is either the reversing thing, or this could just be the coil for the low and high speed, someone was saying, which is very likely. So this thing needs to be fully disassembled, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the blades off of it. We're still not focused here. So this is quite a challenging fan. Okay, if you're keeping score here, this is the stuff my brother sent me that I used. I used some of the PB Blaster, and then I used some of this BG Enforce. And I'm just going to spray some in here and on there. I don't really know what it's going to matter, really, because this thing's pretty stuck, and you need to use some sort of hydraulic force, meaning a puller, to really get this thing off of here. With the GE, I think the reason those two screws moved, which was the issue, was because I went and bought the right tool, not because of the penetrant. But we're going to try anyway. This stuff foams up a little bit, is the idea, so... Not that worried about the paint on this thing at this point because it's so rusty and such a mess. But maybe this will make it possible to pull these blades off without heating it up and burning everything, or banging on it with a dang hanger, or whacking them all out of shape. Whacking them all out of shape, rather. So, we'll see. Penetrant's going somewhere. So we'll see what kind of a difference that makes. I wasn't able to find an oiling port on the front, so we're not going to worry about that. We're going to wait for now, and we'll see what happens. If you have any thoughts on how to pull a metal blade set like this, whatever method you're using, let me know, and I'll decide, what I want to do. Are you using some sort of a puller? Would a hub like this be strong enough? It seems like pretty thick steel, but it's hard to say. How are you pulling? Yeah, how are you pulling your blades? That's what I want to know. Metal blades stuck on the shaft like this. How are you pulling that off? Using different tools? What are you doing? Using heat, obviously, right? That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. And this thing needs to be repainted anyway, so that's probably the fate of this fan as it is right now, because I can't seem to oil it from the front. And let's see if it'll spin here. You can hear... my cloth is in the way, sorry. There's a little bit of sound. Yeah. So that bearing sounds dry. So how do you oil it if you can't find an oiling hole in the front of the motor? That's the question. Okay, I just realized something. There's a second Allen key. There's the one I just removed right there. But then there's another one. I'm going to pull that if it moves, and we're going to see if we have... I still think this is rusted on here. I don't think that's moving anywhere. But let's see. All right, this is friggin' hilarious. So I removed the other Allen key, and the blade hub moved. It's going to come off of here. I need both hands to do it, but let's see what it looks like when it comes off. All right, so here's the other side of our Westinghouse blade hub. Pretty substantial, very impressive. And here's the motor. Now we have, this is interesting, it's got round recesses for the Allen key. There's lots of crap on here. And here must be where you oil it, and it looks like this is the, see that move there? There's some sort of a plug on there, which is very strange. I'm going to do my best to get some of the crap off of here, and we'll see what it looks like without all this dirt on here. Like, very strange, but the motor housing appears to be aluminum, and the paint's coming right off it as I wipe. I don't know why that's happening, but we're losing the paint on the motor as we clean the dirt off. So I'm not going to do too much right now. I got to make a decision on what I'm doing. We're inside, we're not outside, so it's made so much dirt. It's unbelievable, the stuff that's on this thing. Maybe I'll run outside with it. We'll see.